Good morning, creatives. I thought I would invite you to join me on my morning ritual this morning in the studio. It's a really gray, cloudy morning out, and snow is predicted. I had wanted to go out and do some plein air painting today, and I still might, but it is a really cozy day to be in the studio. So I have my tea, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute. This tea is an awesome mix that I made up. And I'm going to do a little bit of my morning ritual with you guys after this sip of tea. This is my bird's nest singing bowl. There's two little hummingbird nests together that are really fragile. So they live in my bowl. Oh, I wish you could smell it. It's so wonderful. And most of you know, well, some of you know, that I struggle with periods of, deep fatigue and downtime due to chronic illness. And I tend to get really frustrated with that because the last couple of years, I've been taking all these classes, these art classes and art workshops. It's often feel above my skill level, and I've had great improvement. I've learned a lot. The teachers have been wonderful, but I sometimes feel like I'm not having fun anymore. And I've been lately asking myself, why am I doing this? I'm exhausted. I don't feel like I'm having fun. I don't feel like I'm sharing with you guys on the sort of deeply spiritual, personal level that I used to. I'm like so focused on getting better, and doing that right now is not working for me. Doesn't mean I'm not going to continue to do that on some level, but I have to stop the perfectionist push that I've been doing and start stepping back and having some more fun with art again and making it spiritual again, making it more meaningful to me and sharing it with people on a more meaningful level. So I love the way he introduces this book, and I'm just going to read a little bit of this. I don't think I'll read, well, I don't know, I'll see. I wrote this book because I needed to read it. A few years ago, I'd wake up every morning, check the headlines on my phone, and feel as if the world had gotten dumber and meaner overnight. Meanwhile, I'd been writing and making art for more than a decade, and it didn't seem to be getting any easier. Isn't it supposed to get easier? Everything got better for me when I made peace with the fact that it might not ever get easier. The world is crazy. Creative work is hard. Life is short and art is long. Whether you're burned out, starting over, or wildly successful, the question is always the same: how to keep going. This book is a list of 10 things that have helped me. I wrote it primarily for writers and artists, but I think the principles apply to anyone trying to sustain a meaningful and productive creative life, including entrepreneurs, teachers, students, retirees, and activists. Many of the points are things I've stolen from others. I hope you'll find some things worth stealing too. There are no rules, of course. Life is an art, not a science. Your mileage may vary. Take what you need and leave the rest. Keep going and take care of yourself. I'll do the same. So, wow, this is just so timely for me. And I think maybe over the next few days I'll go through the book and read some choice bits. It's been a long time since I've read it, so it would be fun for me to go over it. But So let's see where this goes. You know, I'm an artist. I tend to plunge into things deeply and profoundly, and then I completely change course and go off in some other direction. My art is something deeper in me. It's more of a spiritual practice to me, and if I try to make it something else, it just sort of falls apart and exhausts me. So let's see where this goes. The other thing I have to tell you on a kind of funny note is that I quit drinking coffee because I'm having some stomach and problems, and I adore coffee. Coffee is like my best friend in the morning, so it's really been bumming me out to not have coffee. But the more I do the tea and the more I experiment with the tea, the more I find that I'm liking it. And so here are 2 teas that I just happened to mix together today because I needed a little caffeine, and I love the taste of chamomile, honey, and vanilla. So this mix, I have to tell you, is incredible. It is such a delicious mix. I put a little honey and a little half and half, organic half and half in. Oh my God, so good, so good. So remember that, try that, it's delicious. Okay, so to round out my morning practice and close out this video, I'm going to do a quick warm-up journal spread. Just an intuitive spread without really any planning. I just grabbed some collage materials and maybe some Stabilos. I grabbed some gesso. What else? Maybe that's it. I think that's all. Something very simple, just a warm up before I move into my work for the day, which I still haven't decided if it's going to be a plein air painting day or a studio. What I really should do is a studio cleanup day. Oh my gosh, my studio is such a mess. Okay, so regular matte gel golden. We'll start with some of that. And I'll start by, start by tearing some paper. Namaste. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to click like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you feel like it. Your likes and comments and subscriptions help my videos be seen more on YouTube. So I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Some of the items that I used in the video today, since that's the most common thing that people contact me about, is what was that item or what was that. So I glued my collage pieces down with Golden's regular gel matte medium. It's their gel medium, regular gel matte. They have so many different kinds it can get confusing, but really almost any of those matte mediums will work. The Collage Material, often when we are not during COVID times, if you go to a flea market or a tag sale, some of the old damaged books just get thrown out, hopefully recycled. And if you, for the asking, they'll give you some old books or let you take one, and I tear up the pages from those books to use in my collage material. The stencils that I used are simple stencil material. You can buy it from Blick or Cheap Joe's, I believe. And I had a stencil burner, and I just burned out. I drew images on and burned them out. And I use these, especially this one. I use this one all the time. Let's see, the Liquitex ink I used. This is Liquitex Acrylic Ink. I used transparent burnt umber, carbon black, and transparent raw sienna. I absolutely love these colors and love these inks. The gesso I used was Liquitex. That was this part with the gesso. Let's see, what else did I use? Oh, the Signo pens. These are the Uniball Signo white gel pens. And they didn't work well at all on this paper. I still managed to write this. I'm not even sure if I used this. Oh, I did a little bit on one of the crows. This is the Stabilo Aquarellable. Stabilo All is what most people call them. It's a Marksol, Stabilo Marksol. But on the pen it says Aquarellable Stabilo All, and it's a water-soluble black ink that is just amazing if you haven't tried it. To work with this and gesso alone, you can just get fabulous, really expressive, spontaneous results. So that was that. This thing that worked so absolutely miserably to make the gold thread between the ravens down to the tree, just didn't work well. And it probably is the paper. It's probably because it's ancient, but it is a Zig Painty Twin, and it has a silver side and a gold side. The other thing I didn't realize about this, because I haven't used it in who knows how long, is it smells really bad. I instantly got a headache from this pen, so I may be tossing that. And a hotel card key. Old hotel card key. Must be really old because I haven't stayed in a hotel for a million years. That's what I used to scratch help glue down the book page pieces. Bamboo, what do you call these? Ink pen. I tried experimenting with that by putting the ink right in it and smearing it around, and I still was able to get some really nice fine lines. So this is a fun tool to fool around with. I have this in a few different sizes, and they're super inexpensive, so you don't have to worry about ruining them. And the crappier, the better brushes. This is an ancient stencil brush, craft store, says Art Minds on it, super cheap. Another really crappy brush that I absolutely love. It's missing hairs, and it just gives everything a great texture, but it also is great for using with my gesso and my matte medium because I'm not worried about ruining it. And then this was a newer brush that I used, I believe, to spread the ink around. This is Princeton's Snap series, which is a really nice synthetic, white synthetic nylon, I believe. It's nice and flexible. I like using this with acrylics. This was the flat shader is what this particular brush is called, and it's in the size 10. All right. Oh, and then Huggies. It doesn't matter what the brand is, but baby wipes. I used those to sort of tone down the ink and spread out the ink in areas. And I think that is all I used. I don't think I grabbed anything else. So that was today's spread. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.